Hello, good afternoon or good morning. Can you all hear me correctly? Can you all hear me right?
Good afternoon, SG. You are loud and clear.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for sparing some time to meet me today. First of all, Happy New Year. I think we're still within the time frame to still wish a Happy New Year to each and every one of us. And of course, the main focus of the meeting it's about the Red Sea and the situations that continues to evolve in the region. I'm not going to give you a full presentation of the Djibouti Code of Conduct because you're all, I'm sure, very familiar with it. But since its establishing in 2009, it has demonstrated the support that it gives, in particular to the countries in the region. And one tangible result of that was the role that it played during the height of piracy off the coast of Somalia in 2012. And with the Jeddah amendments of 2017, of course, expanded the broader illicit activities that could be supported by the code. The code provides the regional countries with national maritime institution development, capacity development, enforcement, and maritime situational awareness. I understand and I'm aware of the meeting that you all had on the 18th of December last year. And we all share again the concerns of what's happening in the region. Now, I wanted to talk to you in particular of the actions that the organization is taking and how we can continue to support, and actions that you probably will be able to take forward. You will understand the remit of the organization and the limitation that sometimes we have to provide further support beyond what our member states need. But that doesn't mean that we couldn't contribute in having those conversations and see if there is any other contact that we can make within the United Nations and with other member states in order to provide such support. There are three key messages in relation to the current situation in the Red Sea that I've been focusing on and I will continue to maintain for the foreseeable future. The first one is, of course, the safety of the seafarers, and they should not be victims of a conflict that is not relevant or directly related to them. The second one, of course, is the principle of freedom of navigation, and this is paramount in order for shipping to sail and operate. Is the role that IMO plays in bringing the stakeholders together in order to de-escalate the situation and focus on the solutions. I will go around and I will open the floor in a couple of minutes for you to share your views and anything that you would like to share with us. I would like to see how you can further support from the meetings that you're having in the region and the activities that you can take in relation to the Djibouti Code of Conduct and what is happening on the Red Sea, to have a stand, to have something that the countries can also be a bit outspoken in relation to the actions that have been taken, either by the United Nations, either by the organizations, or the relations with other countries. What is your view and your opinion in that respect? From us, also the support that we need you in implementing the maritime guidance that exists within the organization. Recently, it has been a further use of the guidance to combat piracy and armed robbery that were developed by the organization when we were dealing with the escalated situation off the coast of Somalia. And that's something that the shipping companies and the shipping operators are starting to bring back. We would like to understand, at least I would like to understand your view in this respect and how you further can cooperate with the shipping sector in this regard. The aspects of financial support of the Djibouti Code of Conduct that are required, of course, and in IMO supporting the trust fund of the Djibouti Code. Of course, we need your assistance and your participation in bringing those necessary funds in order for us to continue to provide that capability assessment and the further cooperation in order for you to continue to enhance the maritime security domain within the region. I would like to highlight the importance of sustainable framework of the Djibouti Code of Conduct, and for you to continue to bring that information to the organization through the relevant meetings, or including in this kind of exchange of views. So I will take a pause now, and I will appreciate from your views if there is anything that you can update us or me in relation to the meeting that you had last December, further actions that you either have taken recently or that you can take. And in that, I will appreciate if you can also express, if you have any concerns on the actions that have been taken right now in order to guarantee safety. We understand that there's some, the naval forces that are operating in the region in order to further enhance that situation. That's not an IMO or a United Nations decision. I will continue to call upon members to address the core aspects of maintaining global trade without interruption, and of course not affecting the global population. But it will be good as well to see what are the actions that you as a countries, in particular those in the regions that have been affected, also take and understand that you can take in order to support the freedom of navigation, the free flow trade of shipping that is necessary for the world, and in particular the protection of the seafarers. So I'm not going to make this a full presentation. I want to get an exchange of view. So I'll leave the floor open now for whoever would like to start and share your views and actions that you're taking, and any advice or recommendations that you also can provide to me, to IMO, for us to take forward. Who would like to take the floor first?
Thank you, SG. And as the DCoC, we are grateful of your leadership. You have represented us very well at the Security Council meetings. The statements you made basically resonate very well with the agenda of the DCoC. And with valuable lessons and experience gained in countering piracy, the DCoC is well positioned to play a leading role in finding regional maritime security solutions and exploring avenues for international partners with common interests to support the achievement of those solutions. The DCoC has been firm in advocating for urgent measures to address threats to the safety and security of navigation in the Red Sea area, including calling for a United Nations Security Council resolution to address the same. And we know the resolution has been passed. The DCoC pursues a strategic approach in dealing with maritime security threats, focusing on addressing the root causes rather than dealing with the symptoms. The opportunistic incidents of piracy are a clear indication that the underlying conditions still exist and could lead to a resurgence of piracy. The actions taken by the Somalia Coast Guard and international naval partners in responding to the threats are well acknowledged and appreciated. The region cannot afford to be complacent, but must instead step up efforts to build regional Coast Guard capability and strengthen the DCoC information sharing network. There is therefore an urgent need to mobilize resources to implement the work of the DCoC. There is a suggested way forward, colleagues. The DCoC is firmly rooted in the matter, and it's a good time to build on the work that has been done so far. The immediate focus of the DCoC is on what it can deliver. The areas best placed for the DCoC are on building regional capacity, counter piracy and other threats to safety and security of navigation, supporting the ongoing work being spearheaded by the DCoC Working Group 1 on information sharing and Working Group 2 on capacity building coordination. A lot of the challenges in the Red Sea require air defense capabilities, which some DCoC signatory states have, while most do not have. The DCoC can add value as follows: information sharing and sharing the information with the various partners, information sharing network and development of the National Maritime Information Sharing Centers and linkages to the regional centers, the coordination of capacity building, and the expanded Working Group 2 is also a good tool. The actual patrolling and looking after individual water spaces, Coast Guard capabilities as well, recognizing the threat will spread the need for looking at the ports and raising our own maritime domain awareness and international ship and port security code implementation. Specifically targeted projects building on national capacities for Yemen and Somalia police forces and cutting of weapon supply to the warring functions. These are the suggested forward actions that the DCoC thinks they can really contribute positively and massively to addressing the challenges that we're experiencing at the Red Sea. It was confirmed that the piracy cases are opportunistic in nature, and Somalia is on high alert and control of their waters to avoid a resurgence of the piracy. And I must say, the national focal point to the DCoC from Somalia confirmed to all the national focal points that Somalia is on high alert. We need not to worry, and Somalia may need assistance here and there, especially on building the capacity of the Coast Guard. And as the DCoC, we acknowledge and we do suggest that international support from our friends and those who may be outside the team to still come and join us as we fight this scourge. And in this meeting, I do have the chairperson of Working Group 1, the chairperson of Working Group 2, and I would request them to share what they are doing in the two working groups. Working Group 2, please start.
Mr. Arsenio Dominguez, Secretary General of the IMO, ladies and gentlemen present, as Working Group 2 Chair and the National Focal Point for the Seychelles, my follow-up comments made here today will be on the region's defensive capabilities and the need to build Coast Guard's capabilities. We find ourselves in a critical situation in the Red Sea where drone and missile attacks have become prevalent. To effectively counter this threat, it is imperative that we enhance our air defense capabilities. In this context, DCoC countries possessing air capabilities may be called upon for assistance, and we may seek support partners through the DCoC framework. To prevent the escalation of the situation beyond the Red Sea, signatory states must maintain a high state of alert and take control of their waters. We strongly advise Coast Guards and naval forces to leverage the DCoC mechanisms for information sharing and coordinate capacity building. This approach ensures preparedness, preventing any surprise and enabling effective control of their respective waters. Furthermore, during the last DCoC meeting in Cape Town, the need to develop coordination of operations at sea in combating illicit activities was addressed. As part of this, the DCoC ISN is collaborating with the MASI program, RCOC and RMIFC, which assist the DCoC member states in having improved intelligence to address various illicit activities at sea. Thank you very much.
Chairperson of Working Group 1.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Secretary General of IMO, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. As Chairman of Group Working 1 on the information sharing and the national focal point for Yemen in the DCoC, let me brief you on the comment of the subtopic of cutting the open supply to the repeals. According to the UN Security Resolution 2216/2015, it was decided that all member states shall immediately take the necessary measure to prevent the direct or indirect supply, sale, or transfer of weapons to the benefit of the repeals. Therefore, in order to cut off the supply of weapons, we have to work on enhancing the capability of Yemen Coast Guard in order to control the Yemeni coastline, providing patrol boats, communication, surveillance equipment, capacity building for Coast Guard and Maritime Administration, Maritime Affairs Authority, especially in the International Ship and Port Facility Security Code, ISPS code, supply the necessary and essential communication equipment for the REMISC, operationalizing the Regional Maritime Information Sharing Center, which was relaunched last year in Aden, will make it better placed to share information. Also strengthening the United Nations verification and inspection mechanism program to ensure effectiveness, effective information among the DCoC countries. The DCoC structure of multi-agency National Maritime Security Committee hold significant utility in this context. It facilitates coordination among agencies, determining leadership responsibilities during a specific period, giving the customs nature of the issue, where custom authorities must lead in border control measure. There is an imperative to strengthen the capabilities of customs for detecting weapons and outlining the appropriate action upon identification. Furthermore, it is crucial to enhance the potential for intercepting fishing vessels to support fisheries protection, acknowledging the risk of these vessels being exploited for weapon smuggling. To bolster maritime security comprehensively, it is essential to increase the utilization of DCoC mechanism for information sharing. This can be achieved by optimizing the established multi-agency National Maritime Information Sharing Center, serving as the foundational platform for maritime domain and situational awareness. The result will be more targeted response derived from a thorough analysis of the shared information. Additionally, there is the need to find ways to implement measures agreed upon the last DCoC high-level meeting in Cape Town in order to utilize the provision of the Jeddah Amendment to facilitate coordination of operation at sea against illicit activities, leading to legal finishing. This is one of the reasons why the Regional Center for Operation Coordination, RCOC, and Regional Maritime Information Fusion Center, Madagascar, were incorporated as a part of this DCoC information sharing network. Thank you.
Thanks, Yemen. I have Captain Gatinet and Mr. Adan from Somalia. May you please comment on the resurgence of piracy in those territorial waters? Please. Mr. Adan? or Captain Gatnet?
Yeah, this is Captain Gatnet. Thank you, Chair, Your Excellency, Secretary General Arsenio Dominguez, national focal points and guests, ladies and gentlemen. The Red Sea crisis happened when the focus of the international community started to shift from the piracy in the region to other areas such as Ukraine and Russia conflict. As the chair said, the DCoC become a leading organization for solutions in the area by coordinating partners, sharing information effectively. On this regard, the Red Sea project, funded by the EU and mainly implemented by the IMO as two UN agencies, has been playing a vital role in enhancing the capacity of member states, signatory states. At the same time, the EU-funded IORIS platform has become an important tool to follow up each activity. Accordingly, ladies and gentlemen, it is imperative to emphasize the urgency for the enhancement of both the port security and the Red Sea projects. The enhancement aims to fortify port capabilities, ultimately resulting in the heightened implementation of the ISPS code. Such measures are vital to ensuring the security of ships and ports effectively, safeguarding against a spectrum of changes and threats. Thank you. I submit.
Thank you, Captain Gatnet. Just before I give other colleagues a chance, we have agreed, SG, as the member states, that we need to develop an action plan. However, we do have challenges as the DCoC. We foresee challenges in the implementation phase of the plan that we may develop, purely because we have noticed that our trust fund is almost empty, and then we will be embarking on a mission to try and raise funds. So we wanted to officially request the SG that when we knock at the door to request support as we approach various organizations, the SG please hear us and entertain our request in that regard. So we need to have implementing agents as the DCoC, but that is something that we are working on, and we will share the details with the SG as soon as we finalize. And maybe before I get off, let me just request if there is anyone on my side who wants to make comments or whatever. SG, I think this is now the phase of discussion, and you can take over. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to say something? Yonis?
Yeah, thank you very much, yes, Secretary General. My name is Yonis. I'm from Somalia, the national focal point of the DCoC project. So, good afternoon, all of you. I'm based in Mogadishu, and I would like to emphasize on the aspect of the Somalia government. Somalia affirms as the chairperson of the steering committee of the DCoC mentioned that it assures the participants in this meeting that the recent pirates incidents of the coast are actively opportunistic in nature. However, our maritime law enforcement agencies, especially Puntland Maritime Police Force at the Red Sea area, are actively overseeing to address and manage such occurrences. It's also Somalia has also grateful for the technical assistance rendered and received from the Red Sea project and the project team of the IMO and to strengthen the regulatory framework on the maritime security, and also the establishment of the whole government approach on the maritime security, which is basics for the Somalian law enforcement agencies, because we need to build the capacity of the law enforcement agencies in the sea area to protect the area and help the area in terms of the piracy fear which could come. That is the update from my side. And finally, I would say that the next steering committee of the Red Sea, and I personally seek your, if you could come personally to that steering committee to see what has been already done in that project, utilizing in the region. That's what we kind of request you. Thank you. Back to you, Chairman.
Thank you. I'll address some of the comments, including the invitation to the steering committee meeting afterwards. I think Mr. Huri and Andrew.
Thank you, Secretary General. I'm the Deputy High Commissioner for the High Commissioner of Mauritius in London. We wish to express our appreciation for the promptness of the actions that you've taken on this particular issue, and we've noted your comments on the Security Council on the Red Sea issue. I think from our perspective, the importance is information sharing and coordination at sea against illicit maritime activities. The second point is capacity building. The third point is the necessity for the international community to support and address the challenges that the DCoC faces. At the level of the Indian Ocean Commission, we are cooperating with the DCoC on the support to the two centers based in Madagascar and Seychelles, and we would want to see much more cooperation engaged. Mauritius has been hosting the Maritime Security Conference for 3 editions now. The last one was held in October, and the plethora of issues of cooperation that could be initiated with the DCoC was also raised during that particular meeting. So we look forward, Mauritius looks forward to be able to work together with the IMO and the DCoC with a view to finding these solutions to the current challenges we are facing. Thank you.
Thank you. I have another hand.
Ali Mohammed.
Oh, Ali Mohammed.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yes. Thank you. I'm Captain Ali Subhi, Deputy Minister of Transport, Yemen. Yes, thank you, His Excellency, Mr. Secretary General of the International Maritime Organization. I would like to express my deep appreciation to you for participating in this meeting of member state of the Djibouti Code of Conduct and the attention you pay to securing navigation in the Gulf of Aden and the Red Sea. We followed with the interest your speech at the UN Security Council meeting held on January 4th, in which you praised the actions taken by member states of the Djibouti Code of Conduct and the International Maritime Organization's support for them. We all know that the threats to navigation in the Southern Red Sea began when Israel began its attack on Gaza, and therefore the Houthis will not stop targeting ships at sea unless Israel stops its war, and that is what they have repeatedly stated. We refer to the UN Security Council Resolution 2722 in its session held on January 10th, which indicated in the 5th paragraph the need to support building the capabilities of the Yemeni Coast Guard in order to effectively implement the measures imposed under paragraph 14 of Resolution 2216, with full respect for Yemeni sovereignty and territorial integrity. The need are as follows. First, supporting the Yemeni Coast Guard with equipment such as interception boats and surveillance means to conduct patrolling at territorial waters to prevent Houthis boats for attacking commercial ships and prevent smuggling of weapons to Houthis militia. Second, supporting the regional center REMISC in Aden. Third, continued tightening of control and inspection of ships heading to ports under the Houthis control, such as Hodeidah and Salif ports, by the United Nations team, UNIFIM, in Djibouti. Therefore, we ask you to have the International Maritime Organization assess the needs and coordinate support to Yemeni Coast Guard and the Maritime Affairs Authority, the IMO. Thank you and appreciate your efforts.
Thank you very much. I don't have any further requests for the floor at this stage. And I want to stand by. Sorry, who's requesting the floor? No? Sorry about that. Thank you for all the updates, in particular as well for the Working Group 1 and Working Group 2 updates. Let me start by reiterating my commitment. Oh, sorry.
Djibouti.
Yes, Mr. Ali?
Yes, Mr. Secretary General.
Go ahead, you have the floor.
Thank you. I don't know if there is any interpretation, translation. I don't know. So there is no match. There is no any. So let's go with my broken English then.
Please. You speak very good English, Almira. Please go on.
Thank you. So first of all, let me hopefully I apologize for the delay because I was at sea and I was an area with no coverage. So that's why the reason of my delay to be with you. And hopefully I will join all my colleagues here to congratulate again, SG, because you given me the opportunity to meet you while in the Assembly General. So thank you for at that time accepting that to meet you. And as I explained you, the situation DCoC. Again, I think that, and you have here all the from the participants where we are. So, and coming back on this, and I think that we need to again to reinforce the capacity of and to relaunch the mission of the DCoC. I think that we need what we call transform, which is now I think that the DCoC the budget allocate for DCoC is very, very, very thin. So I think that IMO, that's what we that the IMO should take the lead to call a fundraising meeting conference so that we can have so that we can to give the possibility to DCoC to accomplish the mission, the missions. So and I want also take the opportunity to thank IMO for leading the program of Red Sea program in the region for port security region. And as you may know, next week we have IMO will have we have with IMO on we will host a seminar funding by IMO under the program of port security, which is very very good program, so very fruitful program, so that we are waiting for next week. We are waiting next week that seminar, and I will again thank you to IMO. I want to, I will call it, to join what I was saying, the deputy minister, relating the crisis going on in the Red Sea. So, as you may know, Djibouti and Yemen and Somalia are those who are facing such. I mean, on the first line, that's such the crisis. And as I also during my intervention in IMO, I say that the international community should assist the Yemen, so to cover its whole territory, and without, I mean, support on the national institutions, those Coast Guard, such as Coast Guard, we will not, I mean, we will always face such problems. So we need, so that the international community should assist the recognized the government, so that we can solve, I mean, such crisis. And what I'm saying again, so, and what we need is always is to reinforce the existing coordinations. And we are very confident with you, as you also as you were on board since long time. I think that we will move, and we hope we will move further with you, Mr. Secretary General. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for those kind words, and thank you all for your comments. Let me sum up and give you some of the points that I have taken, and also some of the recommendations that I would like to put to you. Just as IMO will take note and actions on some of the comments that you have made, I would like to leave you with something, a bit of homework. I think it's the best way for all of us to move together, and is that we can set up a few actions that probably can assist in moving forward. Let me start by reiterating that I will continue to condemn any attack on international shipping, and particularly the negative effect on seafarers. I will continue to work with the United Nations and relevant countries in order to seek solutions with the current crisis. I do understand that the crisis is larger than just this region, but it is in my role to focus right now on the immediate response that is needed from the International Maritime Organization, and this is to protect the seafarers, the freedom of navigation in the Red Sea area, in order for trade not to be affected and to have a negative impact on the global population. You have raised the aspects of enhanced capability that is required, Coast Guard and information sharing, the states of the regions to have more control and actions on your water. In this respect, you also mentioned that you're developing an action plan, but that there are challenges on the implementation of this action plan, and you link it to the financial needs in order to support the Djibouti Code of Conduct implementation of the actions. So my request to you, my recommendation, the first one will be that you work on this action plan, that you give it a focus probably on the situation of the Red Sea, highlight there the need for enhanced capabilities that can be implemented through the Djibouti Code of Conduct, including Coast Guard and information sharing capabilities. They would either support for equipment and patrol boats in order to enhance the maritime framework of security framework in the region. I'm ready to assist because IMO doesn't have the financial power to do this directly. We operate on a very tight budget, but we do have the opportunity to actually seek for further financial support from others. In order for me to do that work in an effective manner, I need the development of this plan with the actions that the countries of the Code of Conduct, of Djibouti Code of Conduct, will take in order to have the buying in. So I need actions that can be translated into tangible results. And for that, the action plan that you are developing, it's paramount. So I will leave that recommendation to you. And then IMO will take the necessary action. When it comes to information sharing and monitoring the information, again, I understand that will be part, together with enhanced capabilities that can be developed within this action plan. But my recommendation to you as well is that you can become more vocal on the actions that you're taking right now with the years of implementation of the Djibouti Code of Conduct to the international in the region. Get more engaged with us and with other countries in the region in order to get the message across, because that is also quite relevant. It's something that I've been working on and IMO will continue to work on, but it is important that it resonates more from the region. And I can take that as well back to the United Nations when we have the next steps. I'm engaging with the shipping industry as well, the operators of the vessels in the region, in order to get their feedback of further actions that they will be taking and that IMO may be able to assist. And I'm happy to share that information with you. But whenever you have those meetings with the industry, where it will be helpful as well in order to highlight the capabilities that already exist in the area, that you also share that information with us. And now that piracy started to increase and the guidance that we adopted just over 10 years ago on operational guidance for ships, for operators, for coastal state, and the member states in general are also applicable, I will encourage you to again review the implementation of those instruments, including reporting and monitoring in the region, in order to enhance those capabilities and for the industry to be aware that this is coming back, and for you as the countries in the region, that you have a role to play. So I give you my reassurance that I will maintain all that, but I wonder if there is a possibility that when you have the next meeting, and I will look into when the meeting is taking place, if I'm available to participate. Otherwise, I can work on sending a representative, but I'm sure that there will be an opportunity in the future for me to take part in some of the meetings of the Djibouti Code of Conduct. But it will be important that you share that action plan as soon as possible, so it can be used as the basis for encouraging further support to all the actions that the countries in the region are taking in order to enhance their maritime capabilities. Is that something that you can agree with, and that you can later on share that with us? And of course, my team will continue to be in contact with you, developing the necessary activities and programs that will enhance these capabilities. But we need the buy-in. We need you as well to demonstrate those tangible results in order to get the support that is needed from the rest of the international community. Is that something that you can work with and support us as well?
That is the plan, SG Arsenio. The team just needs to find the date and commit all the resources that we have to come up with a reasonable and realistic plan. And we definitely we put more effort to it and try and speed up so that we don't lose the momentum and make sure that we approach whoever can support us. Thanks.
That is excellent. That works very well with the actions that we're taking here in the organization. So my team will continue to be in contact with you as you develop the plan and becomes a product that we can all use and relate to. Again, I will continue to appreciate all the work that you're doing at the international community, and any news that you have, any aspects that you can share with us of the actions that you are already taking would also be helpful for us to demonstrate the commitment that exists in enhancing security in the area and guaranteeing the freedom of navigation for the ships and the safety of the seafarers. Is that okay?
We are happy. We are happy.
Perfect. Listen, thank you very much to all of you. You've been very supportive of the work of IMO. You've been to enhancing freedom of navigation and the security aspects of the area. I know you have busy agendas, but do stay in touch with the team here at IMO. I look forward to getting some further information from you. And as soon as we have that plan, I will take the next steps with the team, and we will inform you accordingly as well. Okay? Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. And I hope to see you very soon either at IMO or at another gathering, and hopefully we will be discussing a topic in a more positive manner. Okay?
Thank you, SG, for the support, and we won't disappoint. We will definitely do the best to make sure that we deliver. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I like the commitment.
Can I request we take a new photo before we
Thank you very much.
Sure.